Let's just speak about the myth of Prometheus as analogous for life for a moment. Conception castrates those who hold it. We're in an apocalypse right now. Ending, beginning. Words over time, the meaning changes, the gravity changes, and our emotional reactions to the words, to knowledge itself, changes. There are times when you want to know, and there are times when you don't want to know. The world right now, it doesn't want to know. Because there's so much evidence to show the shit show that's been going on for a very long time. But when you're beaten down, worn down, you're put into your traumatic loops where your shadow projection is feeding your conscious awareness of self and this world, then you are trapped in the simulacrum. You're in Medusa's gaze. So getting back to Prometheus. Prometheus took. First off, Prometheus to me is the original Robin Hood. So Prometheus took the fire from the gods and gave it to the mortals, so that we too could know the power of good and evil. So that we could ascend in this world, escape our animalistic desire states. Because desire is an impetus for evolution, it isn't meant to be captive in just one expression of life. So we are in the darkness, the apocalypse cycle, where the dark night of the soul, so to speak. If you look around us, we're stuck in trauma loops, choosing what aspect of the shadow of self that we want to engage with. And those of us who are too bound to those loops, too hurt, we seek the validation of the world in the consensus reality narratives, the sponsored uprisings of corporatization of human currency. We are given social injustices from which we can focus our attention into form rather than us stepping back, looking at the bigger picture and realizing it's all a shell game. And the only conspiracy with which we need to face is the one of the self. When you have the fire, you are either paralyzed by it or you are driven by it. So they say Prometheus was bound to the cliffs. Every day vultures would eat out his liver. And every night he would be replenished to be born again. Sound familiar? The cross of matter, we're all here on the cross. We're all wounded. Chiron is in everyone's chart. The wounded healer. So Hermes Trismegistus, through the Promethean expression, is very chironic, it is very healing, it is the reason from which you need to hold the fire, acquire the knowledge, the understanding of the self in relation to this world. We all go through loops in life. We struggle and wrestle with internal issues that arise to experience the coursework, so to speak, for a lot of our lives. It's not the only game in town, though. It's just a note, an underlining rhythm. And from that rhythm, you play a lot of different songs. So when you're faced with the power of your potential, unactualized, you have to weigh, well, am I worthy? Do I believe in myself? Do I value myself? And when you don't, you give it away. But you only give it away so many times before you get tired of that. So it's all time and field, it's all phasal. Don't count yourself out as a static in an ever-flowing dynamic. The power is yours, like Captain Planet says. The world's given you a reason to invest in yourself, to believe in yourself, because you can't find anything worthwhile to invest or believe in this shit show world outside of something that's truthful. What's true? Well, it's really quite simple. What sustains life? What gives you an opportunity for an optimal expression of your existence? It just so happens that whatever that is also does so for others. We got to get out of the shit show paradigm of overthinking how humans should live in this world. A consensus reality which is based upon principles of power over dynamics. Forget the idea of systematic racism. It's systematic powerism. If you're stuck on consensus reality, pop culture, psychology narratives, then you're too deep in the shit show. You gotta extract yourself so that you can find value of yourself and you're not over-identifying the objective with your subjective experience. We got that power. But it takes courage. You don't gotta believe. The belief comes as you start to walk your way. We're in dire straits. When the animals sense an earthquake, sense something coming, they react differently. They start to leave the area. They start to find shelter. They congregate. On one level, I feel that the debased natural primal survival instincts are kicked into effect, and that's one reason we're so easily controlled in these times, because we're seeking refuge from the sins of ourself, and we're feeling something coming, a judgment day. You don't want to die a slow-boiled death. You want to know when it's your time. And so you either gotta be in alignment with yourself, or you're gonna be in alignment with a world that's turning in on itself. I mean, everywhere you look, sides are broken up. This is the winner, this is the loser, and then, oh no, the loser becomes the winner and the winner becomes the loser, and then they turn in on themselves, and they keep doing that, and that's the pattern. We're just fed into these psychological loops of entrainment. Pavlovian, mechanistic control algorithms, which come about naturally and through devious-minded manipulation for optimal gain. We ain't evil, we're tuned into optimal expression. Some of us are evil, some of us aren't. The world goes through cycles. As the cycles dip, the evil rise. As the cycles rise, the evil sinks. It's just a natural thing. And you know this within yourself if you've ever gone through hard times. Whatever that expression is. So instead of complaining about the shit show, this world, try and make it better. If you're in a bad place, how can you make it better for anyone else? You got to do right by yourself first. You got to put the oxygen mask on first before you can help anyone. I'm not saying it's easy. This is the closest thing I've come to figuring it out. And this isn't anything in my... well, it's something, but it's not my optimal expression. We'll say that. So carry the fire until you find something to light. All right, thanks for watching.